Warning. There are many unexplained forces in the universe. Some can be dangerous and harmful to your health. To avoid any potential harm to you or your family, do not try this at home.
Considered one of Ohio's most haunted locations, the Twin City Opera House dates back to 1892 and is shrouded in many tales of ghosts that are said to haunt the theater. Many paranormal teams have reported negative entities in the basement near the underground tunnels that show themselves in forms of black shadows. The theater's most famous haunting is that of an old employee that worked as an usher at the Opera House for over 30 years named Everett Miller. Reports are that he's still on duty as an usher and is frequently seen by visitors. The first records that identify the plot of land in which the theater now sits was only known as the Burned District. During our research, we talked to former mayor of McConnelsville and previous owner of the Twin City Opera House, Galen Finley, in hopes to gather more information on the location.
Back when I was the mayor and then the village administrator, the village decided they needed more room. So they started digging the basement under the mayor's office part deeper, and an architect told them they could only go so far down because then they'd be getting below the foundation of the building. And my foreman came up and was really in quite a state, and he went, "Miss Finley, you better come down here immediately." And I thought, oh dear, the foundation, we're losing the building. And he went, no. He says, "We found a grave." It was a full-size grave plot for an individual, and it had a large sandstone slab over the top of it, but it was empty.
It was empty. That's very strange.
Some reports say there was a hotel there prior to the Opera House. The only recorded information about that entire side of the downtown public square, it was called the Burned District. So whatever was there burned to the ground. That whole block burned down.
They have no records of what was there?
And no record.
Okay.
We've never been able to find a record of what really was there.
What was originally there.
And there's no photographs. There's hundreds of photographs of the public square. None of that side of the street.
I have to ask you, with, again, hearsay and rumors about the Opera Theater, about stories, about maybe people still left there from the past, things like that. Have you heard anything like that?
Well, I had a Christmas party, and I lived on the stage for 2 years. That was my residence. 6, 8 kids went out on the stage, which I didn't care, acting in full, and all at once they all came back and they went, okay, who's the guy you hired to scare us? And I said, what guy? And they said, there's a guy standing back there in a white suit where the ushers always stand. but he won't talk to us. And so I went out with them and saw absolutely nothing, and they swear. And they described this individual, and I just was astounded, and I said, do you have any idea who you just described to me? And they said, no. I said, Everett Miller. I said, Everett Miller was an usher here for the Evans for years, and he was my next door neighbor on the corner of 3rd and Jefferson Avenue. And so sure enough, they have a picture now that the daughter gave to the Opera House in the lobby of Everett Miller. They claim he's still there.
He's still there.
One night, a buddy and I were watching television, and it was just as if it was just cold. Just all at once, it was just ice cold. And I thought to this day it was my imagination, and we both tried to chuck it off as that, but we both saw something, just a white silhouette of a woman in a long, flowing Victorian dress, literally go across the stage and up the steps to one of the old dressing rooms. You could hear at night like people walking.
At the Opera House, we were met by Meg Work, who's a paranormal investigator with the United Paranormal Project. She was able to share some of her team's evidence that was captured in the building and also fill us in with who they think is here haunting the Opera House.
We do have the lady in white.
Okay.
She crosses the stage. She usually comes from the left, goes to the right, and heads for the stairways to the catwalk. But that's where she just disappears, fades out.
Okay, now is this believed to be like a vaudeville era type lady in white?
Yes, I would say so.
So this is like somebody who believed that may have performed here at one point.
Yeah. Well, we did get her name through the VPs. Her name is Victoria.
Okay.
We did research on it. She was an actress who did act here, and she had a daughter by the name of Elizabeth. She passed away when she was 10, and she's believed to be here also. We have seen a figure sitting in the middle chair.
Okay.
In the balcony. Looks like the figure of a man. You can see through him.
Okay, and this is actual photograph that your team has captured.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're up here on the catwalk, and this is, I assume, where people have been talking to Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay, it looks like they built a little mini shrine here to the girl. Mm-hmm. How many people have encountered this young spirit?
Oh, there has been several people. I would say over 100 people, maybe even more.
Over 100 people, maybe more?
Yes.
Okay, and all this candy and all these toys are all put up here, obviously, for her comfort?
Yes.
Okay, so is she happy to be here?
Seems to be, yes.
Seems to be?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even see now. How far back does that go?
It's just through this other doorway, and about 6 feet. There's another door.
So basically it's like a little cubby back there?
Well, it'll go into another door,
Okay.
and then there's a huge area on the other side.
A huge area? So this is like, this would be the
There's a
basement?
tunnel in there, right?
Yes.
That looks pretty creepy. Alright, you first. So now we're actually standing in the underbelly of the Twin City Opera House. Okay, now you had said that your team has captured a very startling piece of evidence down here in this basement. Walk us through that real quick.
Sure. There's what we just call a black mass. It doesn't really have a shape, just a big black, darker than the dark mass. We actually caught it coming from the tunnel area.
Okay, so this is a tunnel that's been filled in.
We've had a lot of people tell us it's like a portal.
Okay.
Do not know if that's true. That's what we've been told by several people.
Well, it definitely looks like a doorway to me.
Yeah.
So we don't believe that this actual figure is any of the known entities that are here, correct?
No.
This isn't Everett Miller.
No.
This isn't the shadow man that was sitting in the chair.
No.
This isn't the family, one of the family members.
No.
This is somebody completely different, a black shadow mass.
Yes.
And you said that you call it a mass because there was no human figure to it.
Right. And you don't get a good feeling when it's around. A lot of people have actually got physically sick and had to
Okay.
leave. It gets very cold when he's here, and you just don't feel good. You just know that it's not good.
You know, we got a lot of different entities to look into and see exactly what we can pinpoint here. And, you know, it's just funny because this thing just felt like it just got a lot darker. Mm-hmm. Didn't it?
It did.
All right, let's go back up to headquarters and get this thing started. Okay, guys?
I never get weird feelings. I usually don't, but here I don't like it.
This is like
Me
one
too.
of the most
Huh?
uncomfortable
Me too.
feelings. Wow. Yeah, uneasy feeling. You know, it's this down here has a way different energy than it has in upstairs. It's almost like negative. I get like negative, sad, troubled, just all in one down here. It's a very uneasy feeling. And with that being said, I think maybe we should do an EVP session. Sure. Give it a go. Set it up right here.
I'm gonna do one too. Okay, I'll just record on my.
Okay.
Look at it.
And you know it's hard down here because I don't get just one individual. I get like a group. And with that group, it's just complete, like I said, trouble, negative, sad, but it's a group of people, not just one. So I couldn't tell you whether it was a man or a woman, it's like a group. So, all right, let's have an EVP session. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I'm trying to get my word in. It's not working.
We'll just say EVP session, basement. Whoever's down here, what is your name or names?
Who is it that's making me feel heavy? That's making me feel like a heaviness deep in my chest that I've never felt before. It's making me very curious.
Well, we're down here and you have our attention. How about giving us a noise or something, letting you know you're here with us? Did anybody else hear that? It was also like a muffled man's voice. I really hope we got that.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard it's like right there, right? Did you hear it? Okay, okay, good.
All right, so I've gathered a team up here real quick, again, to try to contact this 10-year-old girl named Elizabeth. Now, it looks like, you know, like I said before, like a little shrine has been built to Elizabeth here. And, you know, that's exactly what it is. These are people over the years that have come here with intentions to, or to speak with Elizabeth from the afterlife. Now, as you can see, I took basically my K2 meter, and I put my K2 meter right on the table for her tea party settings. We're starting the EVP recording, trying to speak with Elizabeth in the Catwalk at Twin City Opera House. So, the audio right here. Did that just jump?
That looks like it did.
something. I think it did jump.
That jumped to a 2.12.
It jumped?
Yeah.
That was
Okay, and that definitely wasn't me. I mean, there's nothing in my pockets or anything like that. So, Elizabeth, now yours jumping here. Okay, so is this pretty common for the abnormalities that you get with your K2 meters when you're up here?
Not normally, unless you're asking a question.
Okay, does it usually set at a very high EMF? No?
No, it doesn't?
No?
Really?
Level of EMF that sits here, it's very, very, very high. But it did jump when I started talking about Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, we've all gathered around your tea party table. We want to see if we can join you for a party here today. And if you are here with us, I'd like you to see if you can come and touch one of our machines that are generating this light. You suggested? Oh my goodness! Did you see that thing? The whole thing just went away.
Yep.
Did you catch that on camera?
I got it.
You got it on
Time to have
camera?
a tea party again. And it's weird in the same exact moment I just got so cold that I started shaking. Like I'm freezing all of a sudden at the same time.
Okay. Everything's still working. This is still on. This is still on. And that's weird.
Did it get turned off?
No, it was still on. I want to talk to the person who thought this was pretty awesome when we turned this on. Are you still with us? Okay, we have opened the line of communication here with our spirit box, and we do expect to speak with any entities that are within the building. At this point, we would like for you to step forward and initiate contact with us, please. Or just turn it off again. What? Okay, can you please turn my equipment back on? And then I just got a spike on. We got a spike on the teapot. I don't know. Let's just. Dude, I don't know what to say. I do have another speaker downstairs.
Louis.
Louis. I think this one's pretty much on me. I'm gonna go get the speaker. Yeah, and I'm just standing there like, okay, that just happened. And then I just walked up here. Huh. Alright, sweet.
You never get goose nipples.
No, I know I don't get ghosted. It's not like I'm not scared. That's like what it did to me.
You're like white as a ghost. You are white in the face.
Basically, I'm just about maybe 15 minutes removed from one of the most startling experiences I've ever had in the investigative field. Right here, I cut through this stage here, and I cut through this curtain, and just like this. And as soon as I got to the end of this curtain here, on the other side of this curtain was a shadow figure that as soon as I got to the end of this curtain kind of jumped out at me, grabbed my arm, and went down this way. And I'm already getting chills again just thinking about it, being in the same spot. All right, I want you to go back to headquarters, man. I'm gonna stand here alone for a sec, and I'm actually just gonna grab this chair. I'll come back there when I'm done. But I'm thinking maybe like not even 5 minutes. I just want to see if I can get this thing to talk to me. I think that it made a attempt to speak with me because I was by myself.
Okay.
You know, everybody else was upstairs. So I'm gonna just do a quick EVP session, and I'll see you back there. Okay.
Good luck.
All right. Thanks. All right, I can hear Dan front steps walking away, and I'll start the CBP session right here. I just set down my 360 H2 digital audio recorder, and this is the curtain where the figure had jumped out at me, grabbed my arm. I was walking on this side of the curtain, and it must have been following me on this side of the curtain. And when we both met at the end, literally just grabbed my arm, trying to get my attention, I believe. Oh, man, I can see something over there. What the fuck? Alright, so, you know, if you were here trying to get my attention, I have come back here to this spot to show you that your message was received in a positive way. And I'm here to speak with you. No, I can't see anything. I can't see 2 feet in front of my face, man. This thing just jumped out of nowhere. It's a curtain. There is a face looking at me from behind this pole. It's going away. Oh my God, now it just went away. Oh my God. Who is that looking at me right now? Alright, I can see your whole head sticking out from behind the pole looking at me. Are you Mr. Miller? And if I lean over more, he leans over more. Alright, this person's whole face is looking at me from behind this pole. Alright, dude. I can't see anything. But I'm walking over towards him. Okay. I can't see anything. Oh my God, he's gone. Oh my God, he's gone. Mr. Miller? Just want to talk to you. Okay, there's nobody here. Okay. The man that was standing behind the curtain is gone. And standing right here where he was. That's where I came from, right over there. That's where I was grabbed. And this curtain here, I saw a man standing looking at me. He's gone.
Guy standing back there in a white suit, where the ushers always stand, and he won't talk to us.
We're about to start an investigation down here in the basement. Now, off-shooting where the dressing rooms are is a sub-basement that is part of the original foundation of the Opera House. Now, this goes back into an open area that has had lots of experiences. Other paranormal investigation teams have caught what they explain as a black mist coming from a no longer existent tunnel, which the archway is still there. And could this archway be a spiritual doorway that is letting in some of these entities here that we've encountered so far through our investigation tonight? I'm definitely going to go in here and see if we can try to figure it out. All right? All right, let's go. So, as far as the folklore of the building goes, they have several different entities, and there's 3 different levels of the Twin City Opera House. In the middle level is the stage with the theater area, and that is said to be frequented by the ghost of Everett Miller, who was a previous employee and usher here, and he's seen in white. On the top floor, there are 3 main ghosts that people have encountered. All presented themselves in white. A man, a woman, and a 10-year-old little girl. So I just touched my head. Nothing there. No, something popped my curl. And pretty much brings me right to what I was just saying, is that, it's divided. The experiences are divided here within this opera house. The basement level is where everything's dark. Dark mist, dark shadow figure, dark experiences. Right to this tunnel, and I'm gonna set up this spirit box session. Okay, so this is the doorway, this is the archway, where the black shadow mist has been seen coming out of. They call it a shadow mist and not a shadow figure, because this is no figure at all, nothing human about it. Behind me? Yeah, of course. I'm hearing shit right there.
You want to
An
go?
orb fly in front of the face.
Did you?
Maybe you should go investigate.
On camera.
Seriously? Yeah. Alright, so I want to open a line of communication to any spirits that are down here. I do want to start off by saying we are not here for any sort of confrontation. We are here strictly for communication for scientific purposes. Is there anything down here that is intelligent enough to communicate with me? Are you smart enough?
Can you say one of our names in this room?
Well, we did get her name through the VPs. Her name was Victoria.
Okay.
We did research on it. She was an actress who did act here, and she had a daughter by the name of Elizabeth. She passed away when she was 10, and she's believed to be here also.
Do you know Everett Miller?
Oh yeah, she did say that.
What'd she say?
It's a bunch of shadows and they don't want anything to do with us.
They keep dodging us, they want nothing to do with us.
They're not trying to communicate, apparently.
Well, I didn't come here to be ignored.
Me either. It said me either.
Whoa, that was... Yo.
Is he in there?
Okay.
Me either.
Okay, so I'm here to speak with you. I would not ignore you. Please don't ignore me. My name is Cameron. I'm here to talk to the people that have passed on into the afterlife. Does anybody here like to speak with me? Do you know where you are? Do you know why you're here?
Who's keeping you here?
Were you here when there was a fire? There was a fire on this property that burned down the building, pre-existing the theater.
What did that mean? Wanting? I don't know.
Are you a part of that fire?
From our research, didn't they say that before the Opera House was here, the whole thing burned down? They don't even know what it was. And they didn't show what was here.
Did you know they found a sarcophagus on the property? What was here before the Opera House?
The only recorded information about that entire side of the downtown public square, it was called the burned district. So whatever was there burned to the ground. That whole block burned down.
Throughout the night, the team shares many experiences to prove, without a doubt, that evidence of the paranormal is present at the Opera House, including EVPs and strange anomalies captured in our photos. Unfortunately, we are missing a huge part of the story from the history of the Twin City Opera House. What was here at the center of McConnelsville, Ohio, before the 1850s, and why is there hundreds of photos that exist of the square, but absolutely no records of what was at the northeast corner in which the Opera House is currently located? There are 3 facts that we know about the history of this property. One is that the block burned down. Also, there was a sandstone coffin that was found while expanding the foundation of the property. And whatever sat here before was literally ripped from the history of McConnelsville. Is all of this just by chance? Or could this be a cover-up by the people of McConnelsville in the early 1800s to make sure that the history of what was once only known as the Burned District would always remain a mystery?
No, seriously, this is probably like my first tea party
Really?
ever.
Did you take a drink though? I don't think you did. I think you just passed it around. I don't think
Would you like
participated.
one lump or two?
I'm one lump
I
guy.
thought you like triple.
Yeah, he's a 3
I got 2 lumps.
Here's your triple.
What are you trying to say?
Where's that bat?
Well, here's to Elizabeth
Get on something.
Oh, that was
and my
so
first
good.
tea party.
That was good. That was good effort.
That was good.
Yeah.
Did you see it go down? You did, right?